First of all, I just found out that this is being streamed over the internet, so and I think our team is actually watching it. So I'm going to be quick because we have a lot of work to do back in the office. So if you guys are up there, please, pay attention. I'll give you a few tips about what's happening in the company, and then back to work. Yeah. Thanks for your time today. I hope everybody in here will be able to keep up with me. I have a lot to talk about, and it's in English. So if you do have any questions afterwards, please feel free to come up to me and ask me. I love to talk and listen at the same time. So we're talking about BuddyBet. BuddyBet is the business of emotion. We're going out to the world, and we're trying to leverage pride and passion in a way. Nope. We're new at this. There we go. I'll just go like this every time. This is my wife, by the way. If I could please have a round of applause. This whole thing was her idea, so we're all here because of her. So BuddyBet is based on the business of emotion. We're looking to change betting by leveraging pride and passion, mixing it with trust, and building a global enterprise that can actually dominate an entire segment in a way that has previously not been able to be overcome. The site itself has been built over the last 12 months. We are a fully active mobile internet-based system that allows people to bet directly against each other in a way that they expose their personality. So what that means... Further. Actually, to be honest with you, I usually talk like this. Nobody trusts me with the microphone. So, sorry about that if I was being too loud. We are a website that's out to attract a new level of audience. We're trying to get people to bet against each other in a way that they understand who they're betting against. They know whose personality is kind of coming up against them, and we're trying to drive betting through pride and passion in a way that you get people to face off against one another because of the fact that they know who each other are. Our goal, of course, as I say, is to put pride and passion back into betting, and our niche is P2P social. We're focused on real fans. So in the first portion of our development plan, we're a sports betting website. What that means is basically we allow people to bet on any kind of sport across our website. Right now, if you went to it, you'd find we have, I think, 8 sports listed, and every month we're increasing that number. So we try to go out and get people to focus on the idea of betting against other people who perhaps have different feelings than they do about anything, but as I say, our core initial driver is sports. We're focused on real fans. We're trying to reach a new generation of punter, which means better. And we are also growing out of sports into other areas, such as charity-based pool betting. We're moving into custom bets and bets on gaming. So we are in the Czech Republic, of course. We have a development team here, and we're leveraging the value that the Czech Republic brings, which is in technology, we think, in the most part. Cheers. At the same time, we're facing a global audience, so we're not very much interested in this market at all, commercially. Our initial tack is actually on the UK and Ireland, but then we're looking to move into Asia from that point. Our B2C offering, as I said, has been put up now. That's our mobile and website that basically provides a face for people to understand what BuddyBet is and what it can do. But at the same time, we need to attract people to the site. So how do we do that? We don't believe we can do that through the average display advertisement sponsorship model that's kind of played out and basically is something that millions of pounds are spent on by companies much larger than us every year. What we're trying to do instead is we're trying to be quite innovative in our approach to marketing. And the way we're doing that is we've actually developed a B2B system at the same time, which in the end can end up being much larger than the B2C system. Sorry? Thanks. Last minute. The good news is I only have 11 more slides. All right. So we're allowing third-party companies and gaming developers to plug in their products to us. What this means is basically we can bet on third-party forums. So if you have a forum, if you have a news site, and it has several million users on it, you, in the past, have not had a chance to monetize those users except through display advertising. What we're doing, we're actually saying you can plug in your users to a betting model, and at the same time, you can actually allow them to, well, put it this way. We have a global database of users that can be attached to a number of websites across the world, and these websites all have, let's say, hundreds of thousands or millions of users on them, and they can start betting on our platform via this website. We're fully licensed. We're getting ready to launch in about a month's time, and that's all I have time for. I probably should have practiced this.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's a ton of questions.
So if I may start, I must admit that I'm a great fan of your project, because I think we need more projects like this, because I really, it's unbelievable success that you've raised so much investment here, and from the portfolio of one of the best local venture capitals or angel investors. So I wish you a great success, and I hope that you will be successful, because we need such a successful and globally aimed project. So my best wishes to you.
Thank you very much.
If I do understand it right, because my first question, which I was preparing for, was the CPA model. How much do you pay for acquiring customers? But then you presented this third model, like from the news side. So do I assume it right that you, for example, I can bet for Romney or Obama, something like that, when I see some article?
Yeah, we're set up in a way that we can pretty much allow people to bet on anything. So we can set up internal customized bets, which we did 2 weeks ago. We in fact had Romney versus Obama, but of course that was pre-cash, so there was a few people coming on the site and trying out. There's another opportunity that we have within our functionality, and that's that external users or external businesses can actually create their own types of bets using our engine. So while we can, in the first phase, expose what we already do in our core and what we do in terms of our sports betting and our customized betting, they can then take that and they can apply it in whatever way they want to in the future. Essentially, we're attacking a market that's worth about $700 billion a year, and only about 30 billion of that is online right now. So the growth chart is just absolutely astronomical. So we've still got a long way to go in betting. I mean, less than 5% of the amount of betting revenue generated is online right now, and that's as you might expect in the world of online, going to grow.
May I ask what would be like the key highlights of the performance of the platform so far, like in terms of number of users, like active people betting really against each other? Some numbers.
I could answer that, but we haven't really launched yet. What we've done is we went out and we try to learn every step of the way. So we started organically growing a product back in January when we first launched. We did a 3-week project, developed a tool, went out and tested it against 15 users, and they told us what was wrong with it. We then redeveloped something over the next 2 months, found out what was wrong with that, and took that to the next level. Luckily, then we were able to put a core in place that enabled us to go live with non-cash betting, or what we call pre-cash betting, as of the end of August. Now, from that time, I think we have 1,200 users, but of course, we're not actually doing any marketing, because marketing is a bit wasted when you're trying to get people to bet on pride and passion and back that with cash if you're just using fake currency. Betting with fake currency is not really interesting for anybody, and it's been proven over and over again. So what we do have, though, is the option for a lot of people to supplement their fake currency with things like action bets, where they have to do something silly like grow this mustache that I had to grow this month. But outside of that, we're waiting until next month to launch our cash betting, and well, on the back of that, we'll be spending a lot more on marketing.
I just wanted to ask, how much do you need? How much money do you need? And I have one question. I'm not good at betting, but what is charity-based pool bets? I saw that charity betting is very far
broad
from each other.
It has been. It won't be. First of all, let me start with that question, the second question first. Charity-based pool betting is based on the idea that right now, when a lot of people go out, let's say, and they want to raise money for whatever cause, I suppose the most obvious example is when someone runs a marathon, like the London Marathon, and they'll send you an email and say, hey, give me 30 euros because I'm running a marathon. I think we've all gotten those emails. And that model has gotten a little bit tired and played out. You know, I run a lot of marathons, and I unfortunately can't keep raising money that way. What I'm doing, or what we're doing as a company with betting, is we're going to actually allow people to set up pool bets in a way that people put in their whatever the participation amount is. So let's say I wanted to make people pay £10 to participate in a pool. They put in their £10 and they choose a finishing time for my marathon. So they think that I'm going to finish within 3 hours. 3 hours and between 30 seconds and 59 seconds. So they can actually buy that slot. So they're the first in, they can buy that finishing slot. And then as I'm training, I can keep people up to date via third-party websites such as Just Giving. JustGiving.com it's the number 250th most popular website in England, and it's one of the top. I think it's the top 6 non-news websites, so actually interactive website. They are very interested in the model to plug it in because they're finding a little bit less traction on what they're doing with this straight up just asking people. So you contribute, you buy this time, and then if I finish within that time, the winner gets, say, 20% of the pool. And then, of course, they're encouraged to give that to their own charity, but they can keep it on their own if they want to. So you have an opportunity to go out, raise money for the charity, basically in a little bit more dynamic and sticky way for the website. But at the same time, you're able to, kind of make it more useful for your friends. Instead of just asking them for something, they can actually participate in the win. We raised $1 million US in the first round. And we were very happy with that, of course. We're in the second round now, and the first round was for building the site, getting the license, which we've done. In fact, I just flew in from the Isle of Man, so I'm a little bit tired. We were just over there last night. They're very excited about us. We're changing a couple laws in the island, because that's where our license is held, so that we can actually do what we're doing with game developers, because it's not been done. And it's quite innovative. But we had a great conversation, a great dinner last night with the ministers over there, and they're ready to take it to the next level. But what we're trying to do is we have a very good group of investors, as you know, and they're putting in approximately 50% of the money for this round. So we're looking to raise another $1 million US to take it to market. So we've got 500,000 pledged. We're looking for another 500,000. Quite honestly, we want to get a couple more investors in who maybe have different contacts than our group. We want to spread our wings a little bit. And I should probably not say this over the internet, but we don't really need $1 million. That's kind of like the ceiling. We could get away with, say, 750,000. That will allow us to bring it to market and to basically push through the first, let's say, in our opinion, 6 months. Probably 9 months could actually work, based on the B2B model, that we won't be spending so much money on marketing. And after that time, we should be able to demonstrate enough traction so that we can go for a larger third VC round. So not an angel round, a VC round. And that'll be more like in the 10 to 20 million euro range, so that we can actually go to Asia, which is the ultimate goal for this.
Sorry, maybe I just missed that. What's the competition like?
Yeah, I didn't get to that. Actually, I could give you this. It's about 40 slides. It's really nice. The competition's interesting. The idea of social betting started about 12 years ago. And the first social betting company was a group called Flutter. Thank you, Flutter. Flutter started at the same time as a second website called Betfair. God, I am tired. The world's biggest betting exchange. That site has more transactions per day than the London and New York stock exchanges. So it's a very large site. They're the dominant player in using the P2P model. However, they don't really do anything social. And along the lines of that same group, there's other groups out there like bwin and a few others that are very large, but they don't really have the P2P model. They're working on the idea of taking on risk yourself, and they're also not looking at the B2B aspect so much. There are a couple new companies that are out there that are trying to do something similar, but directly in this niche that you see up on the board, we're pretty much the only player so far.
Our final questions
Okay.
is over. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Děkuji moc.